Hi everyone, I was honored to have been contacted by Town and Country magazine for an article they wrote called "Why is America So Mean?" Apparently, Quentin Tarantino, the producer um, of lots of movies, from Inglourious Bastards to many, many others, went on a podcast not too long ago and just started riffing and saying kind of mean things about fellow actors and producers. Like, he thought Owen Wilson was a lightweight, and XYZ person was just not a very good actor. And that got Town and Country thinking, okay, we've gotten mean, we've gotten cruel, why? And so they contacted me, and I said that we are stuck between two extremes: toxic politeness and vicious hostility. And they seem like polar opposites, but they're actually very similar. They are two sides of the same dehumanizing coin. And it's up to us to pursue a third way, one that places seeing other human beings clearly front and center, as opposed to what these two extremes do, which is see other human beings purely as means to ends, as opposed to ends in themselves. The polite contingent sees others as pawns to be manipulated and cast aside the moment one no longer serves their purposes, and the hostile contingent sees others as pawns to be steamrolled, bludgeoned, and into submission. But both these extremes that, again, define a lot of our public discourse today, they insufficiently appreciate the gift of being human in ourselves and others. They don't see other human beings clearly as beings worthy of respect, full stop, just because of our shared equal moral worth and irreducible dignity as human beings. And that is what civility is. It is the art of human flourishing. It is the bare minimum of respect that we are owed and owe to others by virtue of our shared dignity. It is more than just politeness. It's not just doing and saying the right things. It's feeling correctly and seeing our fellow human beings correctly and treating them correctly accordingly. Again, actions come out of correct feeling. And so that was really an honor to have been contacted by Town and Country. However, what do we do about it? We live in a mean, cruel, savage time. What can we do? I also offered the idea that we can be unoffendable, the superpower of the 21st century. A few days ago, or recently, my son came home from school and said, "Mom, a kid in music class today said, 'I wish Percy didn't go to this school.'" And I immediately, like my lizard brain, my mama bear was activated, and I was like, I'm going to destroy this 6-year-old's life for being mean to my baby boy. But then I thought better of it. I rose above that instinct, that impulse, and saw this as a teachable moment. And I said, "Percy, guess what? This is a great opportunity for you to use your superpower." And he goes, "What? What's my superpower?" And I said, "Percy, kids are going to be mean in life. You can't control that. But you can control yourself. And you can choose to be unoffendable." "Unoffendable," he said. "What's that?" And I said, "Percy, you can choose whether something someone says or does hurts your feelings. You have that power." And in this world of a lot of mean people, a lot of mean kids, which aren't going away anytime soon, it's part of the human condition that we can choose whether we are hurt, whether we are offended. The reality is, Percy, we have way more power than we realize. So he was pretty chuffed about that. He liked having this superpower. So we live in a cruel time. We live in a dehumanizing time. This is a drumbeat of civic renaissance, of this work. And part of our project is to rehumanize public life, to help us collectively, starting with ourselves, appreciate the high gift of being human in ourselves and others. That is our task. That is our project. That is the antidote to our crisis of dehumanization, and it starts with each of us. And so what can we do in this dehumanizing, cruel time? We can be unoffendable. We can reclaim our power to either be part of the problem or hopefully choose to be part of the solution in our everyday. So I'll share the link to the Town and Country article here, and I hope you enjoy it. And tell me, where have you chosen to be unoffendable recently? Give me an example of that. Or where did you miss an opportunity to be unoffendable, but looking back, you realize that, you reacted poorly, you reacted out of impulse, instinct, as I wanted to do towards this kid who was mean to my son in music class. So you fell short, you weren't unoffendable in that moment. Surrendered your power, but where looking back, you'll do, you reflect on that and you'll do differently this time. So I'd love to hear from you. Where have you been unoffendable? Where did you fall short? And let's rehumanize public life one interaction at a time. So thanks for being part of the Civic Renaissance community, and talk soon.